Hello guys, this is a quick tutorial on how to install a GPS support on the Honda Africa Twin 2022. So there it is, this is my bike. I've had it for about 4,000 kilometers. This is the support. I want to show you how to install it and with the wire and all that. As you can see, turn on the bike, the GPS turns on. Okay, and if you turn off the bike, you can see it's charging. If you turn off the bike, the GPS will turn off. You see? This is the proper way to do in order to avoid battery drainage. So this is the support. I bought it from AliExpress, Chinese marketplace, paid about $10. Very sturdy, as you can see, very firm. It's located in a very nice position. If you sit on the bike, you look ahead of you and you see the GPS and your maps. It's much better than placing your GPS here, otherwise you have to lean your head all the time, and here you just look straight and it's not on too tall, a tall position. I'm gonna sit down on the bike and show you where my eyes point. Okay, so you look here and the GPS is just under over the dashboard. Okay, turn on the bike, the GPS turns on. Okay, so what you have to do is a little bit complicated to install it, mostly because the Africa Twin requires you to remove quite a bit of fairings in order to access the screws where you place the GPS holder. First of all, you have to remove this part here, this bit, this plastic bit. You remove the 4 screws and the plastic pins, which are just under, like this one. There are 4. You just press the in the middle and you remove it. So unscrew these 4 screws, the 4 pins, and then you have to detach this bit from the side fairing. It's quite hard because it's placed very tightly. You have to do on this side and on this side. You always worry us to break it, but you have to do it firmly and find the spots where they are attached. The second bit that you have to remove, the windshield, 4 screws here. Okay, this you detach with your hands as well, no pins, no screws. Then you have to remove this plastic bit here, which is one whole thing. Okay, comes from the side. You unscrew this screw and this one, and then you detach it. There is one screw which is under here. You have to unscrew as well. It's not very easy to access. You have to get a tool which will fit between this part and the fairing. Otherwise, you have to remove the fairing and your protections. Once you remove the whole thing, then you have access to the holes, the screws, which are placed here. Let me show on the other side, otherwise you won't be able to see properly. So there are 2 screws here. You remove one of them, place the support, and change the screw which is provided with the support, because it has to be longer. You screw it here on the other side, and then you have very firm, very sturdy supports. Okay, then you mount the whole thing again. You would take about 20 minutes to do it because of the you have to work your way finding the pins, the screws, the bits where the parts are attached in order to avoid breaking it. Honda is usually it works with these attachments, so in order to leave the fairings tighter is different from BMW, which prefers these screws. Okay, very nice located. Now it's not charging because the bike is off. If you turn it on, it starts charging immediately. Okay, so it takes a little while, but the GPS is placed in a very nice position for you to ride long journeys. In the future I'm gonna buy a new windshield, which is taller, like 15 centimeters taller than the original one, in order to protect it. There it is. Very nice. Nice job, and is worth buying because it's very cheap. Okay. As for the wiring, as you can see, the wire comes all the way inside here, right? Very hidden. You cannot see any wiring appearing on the outside. Everything is very well hidden. So what I did, this is just the path I followed, but the important thing is to find where you're going to place your wire, so that the bike, the GPS turns on only when you turn on the key. Many people place the wires on the battery, but this will you will always take the risk of draining your battery if you leave the GPS on. And what I prefer to do is to find like a wire which cuts the power when you turn off the key. I decided to use the wire from this power supply because it's very easy. It's just under this. You have to remove this part here. You have to remove the side fairing, and then you have access to the wire which is just under it. You have like two wires, and then you place the GPS wire on those, and then you have like, you cut the current when you turn off the key. It's a lot better, it's safer, and you won't have the risk of having like a problem with the electric part of your bike, because this is like a power supply, is already there for this purpose to feed like 12 volt appliances. So it's always better to do it this way. You have like what I did. I used like I connected the wires with I forgot the word in English, but it's like an iron that you place like estanho, and then you connect the wires, and then I used the tape. So you just remove this bit of fairing, the side fairing, because you have to have access here. You could just trim the wire a little bit, and then you connect it properly. Okay, so this is a personal choice. You can use the wire from your headlight, you can use the wire from your for other supplies which cut with the ignition. You can place on your battery as well, but this is a lot easier because the wire is like just inside here, and it's a lot better. Okay, here it is. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any comments, if you have questions on how to do it, I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, next week I'm going to install heated grips on this bike, and I'm going to try to do a tutorial as well. Okay, all the best.